Most travelers don't realize this, but every time you fly, you're leaving real money and comfort on the table. Sometimes hundreds of dollars worth. I'm talking about free meals, surprise upgrades, even hotel rooms and cash. All included in your ticket, but kept just out of reach unless you know the exact words to say. I've flown over 60 times in the past year and talked with dozens of flight attendants and airline insiders. Here's what they told me. Airlines don't keep these perks secret because they're greedy. They hide them because 90% of passengers never ask. So today, we're pulling back the curtain. These are the 10 secret airline freebies most travelers don't know they can ask for, and how to unlock them like a pro. Let's dive in. Let's start with something you can claim mid-flight without hassle: extra snacks. While everyone else is nibbling on a single bag of pretzels or cookies, seasoned travelers are quietly asking for seconds and even thirds. Flight attendants often carry extra inventory, but they're trained not to hand it out unless asked. So when the snack cart arrives, say something like, "Could I try one of each snack if you have extras?" 9 times out of 10, you'll walk away with double the snacks. Pro tip, wait until the cart is halfway through the cabin. That's when flight attendants have a better idea of what's left and are more likely to be generous. On longer flights, go to the galley an hour after service and politely ask if there are leftovers. They'd rather hand out extras than throw them away. Next up is a surprisingly overlooked freebie that's always within reach, if you know how to ask. You know the drink cart that rolls by with the same old options: soda, juice, maybe water? Turns out, many flights carry 15 to 20 beverage options, but only offer the top few. Ask for something like cranberry juice or ginger ale, even chocolate milk. And you might be surprised when the attendant pulls it out from a side drawer. Want the full can instead of that tiny plastic cup with 3 ice cubes? Just ask. Most flight attendants will hand it over with a smile. And here's another trick. That call button above your seat isn't just for emergencies. It's your direct line to refills. Press it politely and ask for another drink. You're not limited to one. If you're flying internationally, beer, wine, and even cocktails might already be included in your ticket, yes, even in economy. Don't pay for something that's already yours. Now, let's move from drinks to a lesser-known trick that can save you cash and make your in-flight experience more enjoyable. On long-haul flights, airlines load extra meals and typically 10–15% more than the number of passengers. If those go unclaimed, they get tossed. Instead, ask for a second meal. After the cabin has been served, head to the galley and say, "Any extra meals available?" On a flight from LA to Seoul, I asked this and got an extra vegetarian pasta dish. Piping hot, completely free. Pro tip, you may not get the same meal you had earlier, but you're much more likely to be offered something if you're respectful and flexible. Especially useful for those with big appetites or if the portions are small. In-flight Wi-Fi can cost upwards of $20. But many airlines let you message for free using WhatsApp, iMessage, or Facebook Messenger. You just have to choose free messaging when you connect to the Wi-Fi network. JetBlue even offers completely free full-speed Wi-Fi across the US, a rare perk that lets you stream, browse, and even join Zoom calls without paying a dime. But that's not all. Airlines partner with streaming platforms like HBO, Hulu, Netflix, and more. You can often access entire seasons of premium shows, plus free newspapers, audiobooks, and even kids' activity kits, but you have to ask for those. Which brings us to our next tip: what to request if you're traveling with kids, or just want to feel a little cozier mid-flight. Economy passengers aren't usually offered amenity kits, but many airlines stock blankets, eye masks, earplugs, pillows, and yes, even slippers on long-haul flights. The catch? You need to ask. If you're flying with kids, you can request activity kits with coloring books, crayons, small toys, or calming strips. United even offers fidget-friendly sensory tools on white, and adults with flight anxiety have been known to ask for these too. Another tip for parents: if you're flying with a child under 13, airlines must seat your family together, even on basic economy tickets. Don't let them charge you extra. Ready for something a little more serious? Let's talk about what happens when things go wrong, and how to turn inconvenience into compensation. If your bag is delayed, lost, or damaged, you're entitled to real money, not a flimsy travel voucher. Under the Montreal Convention, airlines must reimburse you for essential items like clothes, medications, toiletries, and more. up to $1,500 on international flights. Domestically, many airlines follow similar rules. Keep receipts, take photos of your suitcase, and report the issue right away. And don't settle for store credits and ask for cash or direct reimbursement. But there's more. In some cases, you're owed hundreds of dollars for delays and cancellations. And we're about to tell you how. Missed flights can cost hundreds, but most airlines have priority deplaning options to help you make tight connections. They just don't tell you. On a flight to Munich, I had a 38-minute layover. I informed the flight attendant right after takeoff. I have a short connection at gate A23. Is there any way I could deplane early? She nodded and moved me to an empty seat closer to the front after meal service. I was out the door in 90 seconds and made my flight. In extreme cases, some airlines will call ahead to hold the next flight or even arrange a cart to meet you at the jet bridge. But it starts with asking, and asking early. Bring your own empty thermos or collapsible cup and ask for hot water once you're in the air. It's totally free. And yes, flight attendants are happy to fill it. Why does this matter? Because with a little prep, you can build your own in-flight cafe. Pack your favorite tea bags, instant oatmeal, or even cup noodles. Suddenly, you're skipping overpriced airport coffee and enjoying custom snacks at cruising altitude accounts for zero cost. A flight attendant once told me the water used for drinks comes from separate tanks that are regularly tested, so it's safe to consume, despite those online rumors. You'll stay warm, hydrated, and fed while everyone else is fighting over a cookie. Next, let's talk about entertainment and connectivity, because most people don't realize they're sitting on hundreds of dollars worth of value there too. Want to be served before anyone else? Here's the insider strategy. Order a special meal when booking, like vegetarian, kosher, gluten-free, or diabetic. These are always delivered first, sometimes up to 30 minutes earlier than the regular meal service. That gives you a quieter eating experience and first dibs on the lavatory before the post-meal rush. Special meals are often fresher and healthier than the standard options. I started requesting low-sodium meals on international flights and got flavorful stir-fry bowls while others were stuck with rubbery chicken and mystery sauce. No dietary restrictions? Doesn't matter. These meals are available to anyone. Just request them online or call the airline at least 48 hours in advance. Flying into or out of Europe. If your flight is delayed more than 3 hours, you may be eligible for 250 euros, 600 euros in compensation, even if you're not European. Let's say you're flying from Boston to London and your flight's delayed. You can file a claim up to 6 years later in some countries. Keep screenshots, boarding passes, and ask the airline to document the reason for delays. That info matters when claiming compensation. The trick is knowing the right language to use. Say, involuntary denied boarding or duty of care. Phrases that carry weight under airline policies. We've covered the essentials. Now, let's wrap it up with a reminder. So, which of these perks are you going to try on your next flight? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing how travelers make the most of their journeys. If this helped you fly smarter, stick around. There's a whole library of proven travel hacks and real-world tips right here on the channel. Whether you're planning a short getaway or a long-haul adventure, your next upgrade might just be a question away. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And as always, safe travels.